Hey guys, before we start this episode, I wanted to talk to you about Type 1 Lifting. So, Type 1 Lifting is a clothing line that proceeds of the shirts and tanks and everything else goes to the Children's Diabetes Foundation. So, this all came about with me and seeing a 5-year-old girl in the emergency department that had new onset of diabetes. So, just take a look at the website. It's www.type1lifting.com. So just check it out. If you don't buy anything, that's perfectly fine. I would just like for you just to take a look and just see what we have. So, like I said before, www.type1lifting.com. And guys, I hope you enjoy the show. Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of the Liftoff. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Thomas Lennon. I'm your host, and pretty much I did the Liftoff a while back, and I'm looking to get back into it. So the Liftoff, I'm going to talk about CrossFit Games news, diabetes news, fitness news, anything that I think is interesting that you guys need to know. So this year for the CrossFit Games, Noble is the official sponsor of the 2021 CrossFit Games. Reebok was there for quite a while. I believe it's like 10 to 12 years. They're out now, but they're still putting their paws into the games. So originally when Noble came out, that all the athletes had to wear Noble shoes throughout the whole process of the games. But come to find out, they're not doing that. You can wear Nikes or whatever shoes that the athletes like for the games. But Reebok's putting in $1 million worth of prize money for every single division for the CrossFit Games. That includes Masters, the Teenagers division, teams, elite athletes. So with the teams, Masters, and teams, they don't make as much money as the elites because obviously not a lot of people watch them, which is, unfortunately sad because some of these people at their age are unbelievable. But for the Masters and teens, if whoever wins first place gets $1,000 for the Masters and teenagers, and if they win second place, they get $500. For the elite athletes, if they win one event, they make $13,000, which that will equal to 15th place for the CrossFit Games, which is pretty cool because if you win one event, you're already in the plus. And so the one thing is you have to wear a pair of Reebok sneakers, and that includes like the newer brands that they're out there, the newer Nanos, the newer lifters, or I forget what the other shoes are because I'm not really a Reebok fan, but you have to sign an agreement, must wear the newest shoes, and you can win some crazy prize money, and which is good for the sport because I think you're going to have the numbers are in right now for the athletes. So there's about 160 athletes that already expressed their interest for this, and this is from like a couple days ago. So this is probably a little bit more, but maybe 170 or even more, who knows, that are not sponsored by any shoe companies. So if they have a pair of Nanos, they're wearing them just to get that extra money, and which is I think is great for the sport because you want these elite athletes to make this their full-time job. Lift heavier, squat heavier, run faster, and do gymnastics with ease, and just to make it better. So the CrossFit Games will look amazing, and you'll have bigger competitions, especially when Matt Fraser's out. The route to first place is completely wide open. And also another thing is, I think it's why it's good for the sport is you're going to see a lot of more athletes that are probably going to place lower in the games. They're going to empty the tank just to try to get that $13,000 for that one event win, which would be amazing because $13 to somebody could be somebody's rent for the year. It just depends on like what size of their apartment is or where they live. This could be huge for them. This will pay for maybe a new car or whatever, so they can actually get someplace and actually make some money and be a full-time gig, which I think is really, really cool. So I am really looking forward to watching the CrossFit Games this year online. Unfortunately, I couldn't go, but this is one thing on my bucket list I would like to do. Yeah, so you're gonna see a lot more people just throwing it out there and just getting ready and just getting down and dirty just to win. So I think it's super cool. One other thing I want to talk about is I interviewed a teen athlete. Her name's Delaney Wade. So she was on the Morning Chalk Up, and also the Reebok prize money news was on the Morning Chalk Up too. So I typically get my news from them because they are a pretty reliable source. But Delaney Wade is a type 1 diabetic, and she made it to the CrossFit Games, which I believe she is the only second person to do that. That's including Kelly Wild. Kelly Wild was a 3 times CrossFit Games athlete, but she was on the teams division. But Delaney is an individual for the team division for the 14 to 16 age bracket, which is super cool. She just got diagnosed about a year and a half ago, and she's already killing it. She's placed 13th in the open division for her age bracket, and the online qualifier, I think she placed like 4th or 6th. I don't remember what she said, but this is a huge feat for diabetics because you only have 2 people making it to the CrossFit Games, and those 2 people, those 2 females, are actually showing other diabetics and other people with other disabilities that even though you have this really crappy disease, look what we can do. So I'm really looking forward to try to see the teenagers division with Delaney in it because it's you'll probably see her dexcom or glucometer on her belly or her arm. Just so if you're wondering what it is, that's for her and her mom just to check her blood sugar to make sure she's okay, so she doesn't bottom out or get high blood sugar during the workout. So be on the lookout for that one. That's coming out in a couple weeks for that interview with her. And thank you for tuning in. I'm looking to do this every either Thursday or Friday. I'm posting this on tomorrow, which is Friday. I might keep it like that, but we'll see what happens. But thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or anything you want me to talk about, just go to my Instagram page, Type 1 Lifting, and just shoot me a DM and say, hey, I want you to talk about this subject. So looking forward to seeing what you guys got, and have a good week.